What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first video of 2023. Last year was wild. It was legit a pretty good year for this channel. I think that we started out the year like I think with less than like 60 subs, and we closed 2022 with like a 200 and something sub gain, and that propelled us to over 300 subs. As of the making of this video, I'm currently sitting at like 311 subs, which is really wild. You know what I mean? It feels like it wasn't even that long ago that I did a thank you for 200 subs video. I'm not gonna do a thank you for 300 subs video or anything. And if I do another like thank you for so many subs video, it'll probably be like if I hit like 500 or 700 or something like that. But no, this is not what we're here for today. This is the first video of 2023, and what I really wanted to talk to you all about is my manga collection. So this video is going to be me kind of going around and showing you the stuff that I have on the shelves. I'm going to start with the shelf on the other side of the room, and then from there we're going to move our way to the shelves behind me, and then I have another shelf on this side of the room. Altogether, this all houses about just over 500 and something volumes of manga, which, like I'm sure you've seen videos. I'm sure you've seen plenty of videos where people have like literal libraries with like 1,000 or more volumes, 2,000 something volumes. I don't have that much manga. I don't have enough space to house that much manga, but I am pretty proud. I am pretty proud of the stuff in my collection, and I want to share it with you all, and I hope that you will enjoy this video. It is a labor of love, and I've been into this for a really long time, and I've been kind of like just growing it at a pretty decent pace. I'm kind of slowing down a little bit. I might not be doing many haul videos in the future. We'll see, depending on if I pick up enough stuff, but I've been really slowing down on how much manga I collect recently. So, with that said, I'm going to show you everything, and really quick before we get into it, I just want to say that this is pretty much out of order, and I'll get into it as I show you the shelves. I'll kind of talk more about it, but yeah, this is kind of out of order. I don't really have an order yet because my shelves are kind of all over the place, and it doesn't really make sense for me right now to order everything when I'm going to eventually end up clearing out of this space anyway. I'm going to end up moving somewhere, and then once I do, I'm going to rearrange my shelves again. So for now, it just doesn't make sense for me to go out of my way to do too much. But that's enough talking. The rest of the video is just going to be me showing you the shelves, and then we'll close it out after that. Just want to say really quickly, thank you for hanging out with me. If you haven't subbed to the channel, please sub. I got a lot of content coming in 2023, and I'm excited to do a lot of big things, and hopefully we'll hit 500 this year. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. This is Vinland Saga, which is a really good series. I have volumes 1 through 7 of it. And this is where I kind of started to do like a creator shelf kind of a thing a little bit with Vinland Saga through 7 here by Makoto Yukimura. And I also have this series right here, Planets, which is also by him, which is a really like highly regarded series that he did before he wrote Vinland Saga. And then I randomly have volume 1 of I Am a Hero, and then right next to that we've got volume 1. We have 2 copies of volume 1 of Tower of God. One of them is a hardcover. This is the paperback, and then this one right here is the hardcover. This is the hardcover of Tower of God. And then right next to that, we've got the first 4 volumes of The Breaker. I've not started it yet, but I'm going to be starting it really soon. We got the Hellbound, and then after that, we've got The World After the Fall, followed by The Boxer. And as you can see, there's a bunch of manhwa on the shelf, and there's a really specific reason for me having all of this manhwa that you will find out soon enough in a video that I have coming up. And then after that, we've got some Usamaru Furuya, we've got Lychee Light Club, and No Longer Human. As you can see, both of them are sealed, but they will not be sealed for much longer because I plan on doing videos about each of these. And I'm going to be doing a video about No Longer Human for a really specific special video that I'm going to be doing, kind of going over this version of it and Junji Ito's version of it. And right next to that, we've got the whole set of Blade of the Immortal, and that is probably one of the nicest sets I own. I didn't go for the hardcovers because I like the way that the paperbacks look. I feel like the paperbacks look altogether just way more beautiful on this shelf than the hardcovers do, but that's just me. You know, if you like the hardcovers more, that's cool. I have no animosity, no hate towards anybody that made that choice to go over the hardcovers. The hardcovers are like a lot nicer because they're as tall as these Berserk volumes, but I just, like I said, I like the way those spines look. The spines look really, really gorgeous to me, so I'm way happier with that than I think I would have been with the hardcovers. And then right next to that, we've got Berserk, volumes 1 through 8, and right in the middle of them, we've got a Maneki Neko, which you used to see a little bit more in my videos before I, you know, moved my shelves around. Now you don't really see it that much anymore in the videos. We've got Hide and Closer, which is the complete set, volumes 1 through 7, and then right next to that, we've got Black Lagoon. And I have all of Black Lagoon that is available currently, volumes 1 through 12. I got parts of it through Right Stuff, and then I got parts of it through like Amazon, and I was able to finally complete the whole set. And I'm really happy because this is one of my favorite shows ever, Black Lagoon, and it feels so good to own the manga for it. Because yeah, like I loved the anime, and I owned the anime first on DVD, and then eventually I ended up getting it on on Blu-ray, and I have the whole thing on Blu-ray, including Roberta's Blood Trail. So that's something that I'm really happy to own. And then right next to that, we've got the first 8 volumes of Platinum, and as you can see them right there, I made a space because I have the rest of Platinum End coming. I think it's through like 14. I'm going to be owning the rest of it really soon. So I made some space to be able to fit those volumes in. And then right next to that, we've got the first 2 volumes of MPD Psycho, the first 3 volumes of Demon Slayer, and then the whole set for Soul Liquid Chambers, volume 1 of Ayakashi Triangle, and Darling in the Franxx, which is also by the same creator as Ayakashi Triangle. We have 2 volumes of Triage X, and then one of them, a random 4th volume, which is in German. Don't ask me why I have that. And then right here, we've got my Junji Ito shrine. At the top of the shrine, we've got the Solving Classroom, followed by Black Paradox, Venus and the Flytrap, Remina, the Liminal Zone, and Fragments of Horror. We got a little alien here that I picked up when I was in Indiana on a work trip. Sorry about the dust. I know there's like a ton of dust. Oops, I'm like taking my whole setup apart. We've got The Deserter, Love Sickness, Frankenstein, Shiver, Smashed, No Longer Human, Censor, Yo, Uzumaki, and Tomie. And this dude is throwing it up because he's excited for this tour. And so this is a continuation of my whole creator shelf thing that I was talking about, where like I kind of just tried to collect all the creator stuff together into one little section. And right here we've got Nijigahara Hologram, and then we have all of Goodnight Poon Poon, which is one of my favorite series and one of the most depressing things I've ever read in my life. But it is an incredible series and definitely one worth checking out. And then right next to that, we've got Dead Demons Destruction, which is a really good series. I've only read the first volume so far because I have so much stuff going on. But I'm gonna try to like jump on the rest of it and trying to just get through it. I'm trying to do that with a lot of my manga because it kind of sucks that like I'm sitting on so much stuff where like I've only read the first 3 or like, yeah, it's like 2 to 3 volumes of certain series. Because like I usually do stuff based on what I'm going to drop videos and whatnot, and it's not really fair that I'm collecting all this stuff and not really delving into it and only really doing like a surface level dive. So I'm going to be going into 23. I'm going to be doing a lot. I'm going to be spending a lot more time, you know, with each thing. And then right here we've got Solanin, which is a must because that is prime, you know, Asano, and then same with The Girl on the Shore, and then we got Tokyo Revengers, volumes 1 and 2. I was going to pick up this author's other series that I cannot remember the name of off the top of my head. I had it in the cart. It's available in Spanish, and like I read fluent Spanish. I speak Spanish fluently, so I was going to check that out, and I wanted to add that to the collection, and it might have ended up in this video if I had picked it up, but it might end up, you know, in another video later on down the road. I don't know if I mentioned this yet or not. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, which I have not started yet because I picked it up around the same time that I picked up Goodnight Poon Poon, and Goodnight Poon Poon like shattered my heart. So I was just like, dude, I don't know if I can, you know, get put through that again. And so I decided not to pick it up. And I'm sorry about the dust. I know there's like a ton of dust everywhere. Right next to that, we've got Raw Hero Volumes 1 through 6, which is the complete set. And this is one of the most raunchy things I've ever read in my life. And I'm actually going to be doing a video coming up where I'm going to be talking about Raw Hero and some other manga series that are super raunchy. Right next to that, we've got Prison School by the same creator, Akira Hiramoto, who also did Raw Hero. He did Prison School, and I have all of Prison School. And I picked up Prison School in a time where you couldn't even get Volume 2. You like, these volumes were like $30 to $40 each, and now you can get the whole set, I think, on Amazon, like, without any issue. So I take pride in that I picked this series up at a time where, like, it was extremely hard to come by. And then right beneath that, we've got Gantz Volumes 1 through 10. And I just realized right now that I kind of glossed over these. I didn't even talk about them. I don't know if I mentioned these yet or not. We got Parasite, the whole set, Volumes 1 through 8. And then right next to that, we've got Beeple which is by one of my favorite creators ever, a dude named Felipe Smith, who went to Japan for a time, I think in his 20s or something like that, and was able to create all of this series while he was in Japan, and it's out of order. I just realized that it was out of order. I don't know why. I'll have to fix that. But yeah, that is a great series, and then so was Parasite. Parasite was actually, has been getting released pretty recently in like these hardcover volumes, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're color hardcover editions, which look really beautiful, but I already have these, and I really don't see any reason for me to start collecting it over again from scratch. And then right beneath that, we've got Elfen Lied Volumes 1 through 4, and I like how cute, I love how cute this makes the story look. Like, if you didn't even know how dark and depressing and depraved the story actually is, like, seeing this right here, it makes it look like a shoujo manga. And, like, it totally does. It makes it look like a shoujo manga, but it's, like, one of the most messed up things I've ever read. And then right next to that, we've got Kurosagi Corpse Delivery Service, Volumes 1 through 5. I'm going to be jumping on this pretty soon. They're just sitting on my shelf collecting dust, and it makes me feel terrible. But I'm going to be going crazy soon and just start delving into everything and not wasting time anymore, just collecting and not actually getting into any of these series. And then right next to that, we've got Nana and Kaoru. I don't know if I want to show you that cover art because it might make YouTube not want to share my video with people. And I kind of need people to watch these videos, otherwise what's the point of doing them in the first place? And then up we go. I don't know if you guys want to even see all this stuff, the background a little bit here, what I have going on the top of the shelves. We got Bulma there. I did a figure unboxing where I unboxed Bulma and some of these other figures, and some of these I just kind of like unboxed on my own just to kind of put some stuff on the background. And you can see right here some characters. Right there we got Echidna from Re:Zero, which is one of my favorite series that I've watched, and we got Shion there. And then just like a bunch of random stuff that I'm into. We got Dawn of the Dead, which is a really good film. Then a bunch of video games that I owned from the PS3, from the PS4, and right behind it we've got God of War Ragnarok on the PS5, because I was fortunate enough to get my hands on a PS5, and I feel pretty lucky about that. And here we have Volumes 1 through 11 of 20th Century Boys, and then we've got the retelling or something like that, which is the final volume of 20th Century Boys. The hardest volume to get was Volume 2. This was out of stock for the longest time, and people were selling it for like $200. It finally came back into stock, and I feel bad for anybody that paid $200 for it, because I was just like, there's no way in hell I'm paying $200 for that volume. Because I know I was eventually going to end up back in stock, and sure enough it did. And then right next to that, we've got Monster Volumes 1 through 5 here on the top shelf. Volume 5 was another volume that was like super difficult to come by, like where every other volume but 5 was available. I think 5 and like 1 were the hardest volumes of Monster to come by. Volume 1 for the longest time was also just out of print. And then beneath that, we've got Volume 6 through 9 of Monster, completing that whole set. And this, like I said, this is my kind of creator shelf thing right here, with 20th Century Boys through Monster, and then Monster continued down here. And then we got Pluto right after that. I really like Pluto a lot. I think Pluto's a great story. I've only read, like, I think so much of it. I think I need to read this volume. I can't remember if it's this volume or this volume that I'm currently on, but this is a great series, and I did a video about it when I first started reading it. Right next to that, we've got Asadora. I've got volumes 1 through 5 of Asadora, and then right next to that, we've got some Shuzo Oshimi with the Flowers of Evil, the complete set for that series. And then right next to that, we've got the first 3 volumes of Welcome Back, Alice. I really like this story a lot. This is, I think, currently one of my favorite Shuzo Oshimi stories that I've read. And I can't wait for volume 4 to drop, I think sometime this year in January of 2022. So, right after that, we have Inside Mari. I don't know how much more is left of this. I think this might be the whole series. I think this might be the last volume of the whole series, but I could be wrong. If I am wrong, please let me know. But this is a great series. I've only read the first volume of it. I really enjoyed it quite a bit, and I'm looking forward to reading more of it. And, you know, just pretty much, I love really anything that Shuzo Oshimi does, because he's such an incredible creator. So his stories are so just sometimes really difficult to read. And that's kind of the case with this one right here with Happiness. Happiness was a kind of hard story to read, because it just feels like it's going to get brutally depressing, and it's already starting to get there from, you know, what I read of it. And look at these two. I just realized these 2 volumes are out of order. So we'll move on to Blood on the Tracks. All right, they are straightened out now, and I feel better about moving on. I really should have paid a little more attention to how I organize these things, but I kind of just like hastily, you know, shoved them in there when I was trying to get this done. I'd spent like a couple hours just trying to reorganize the shelves, and by the time I was done, I just wanted to put everything away and call it a night. But right here we have Blood on the Tracks, volumes 1 through 10, and I cannot wait to get into this series. I haven't started it yet, but I'm really looking forward to it, because I've heard nothing but really good things about this series. And their dynamic right here between this mom and this young ass dude right there, who has like some Norman Bates kind of mommy issues or something like that. Now we got Double Ecstasy, which is more Shuzo Oshimi. And then right next to that, we've got the Yorha manga, which I'm really excited to read, because I was a huge fan of Nier Automata. I actually have a 2B tattoo on my leg, because I'm a huge nerd. And then right next to that, right beneath on the bottom shelf there, we've got Noragami volumes 1 and 2. I had no idea that these came out in an omnibus, and I'm really excited to own these, because I loved the series. And I think only 2 seasons existed of the Noragami season, Noragami anime. I don't think there was ever a 3rd season, so this will definitely be nice to, you know, be able to get back into it and to re-experience it in manga form. And I'm going to be picking up volume 3 whenever that drops. And then this is another one that was a gift from my friend Justin Joseph, this is an American comic. This is an American manga. And right next to that, we've got the first 2 volumes of Crazy Food Truck, which I was not really super into the first volume, but I picked up the second volume because I got it at like a pretty decent discount. This right here is one of the most screwed up things I've ever read. This is Velveteen and Mandala. This is like if Ghost World was made in Japan and made super raunchy and disgusting. Right next to that, we've got The Witches of Adamas. And yeah, I guess I can show you that. It's not too bad. The Witches of Adamas, first 3 volumes of that. And then next to that, we've got Dan to Dan, which is a great series. I've continued reading it. I've continued reading it on the Shonen Jump Viz app. Right next to that, we've got the first volume of Blue Lock. Next to that is Sensei's Pious Lie. And then we've got Fire Force Volume 1 and Blue Period Volume 1. I'm really excited to read that Fire Force volume. And then right here is the last shelf on this side of the room. Right off the bat, we've got Junji Ito's Solving Classroom. As you saw, I have the hardcover of it, and also have the paperback, and then we've got some more Junji Ito stuff. These are in Japanese. These are a gift from a friend of mine who went to Japan and several years now, like 6 years or something now at this point, she went to Japan and brought these volumes, and she gave me these 3 volumes. She picked up some other stuff that was also, in Japanese, and she decided to hand these off to me because she knows I'm a pretty big Junji Ito fan. So I'm really grateful to her for that. I don't know if she'll watch this video or not, but if she does, thank you for that. I'm not gonna dox her, but yeah, thank you to her for that. And then we've got Fire Punch Volumes 1 through 8. If you like the Chainsaw Man anime, the last episode of Season 1 was incredible, and I legitimately almost shed a tear watching it. So I cannot wait for the next season of it. And if you watch the end credits, you know what's coming. If you've read the manga, you know what's coming. And yeah, it's gonna be. I'm super excited about it. And then right next to that, we've got Look Back, which is a phenomenal one shot, and I think it's something that should be read if you like Tatsuki Fujimoto, if you just like good storytelling in general. And then we've got Dorohedoro volumes 1 through 11, and right here we've got some mini posters that I had shipped to me from Nihon, like several years now at this point. I think that I've had these. They're just like plastered on my wall. And then right next to that, we have continued Dorohedoro through 23, and 23 was an extremely difficult volume to come by. This is another thing that like I saw selling on like Mercari for like $300, and I think somebody actually paid like $250 for this last volume, which is insane because I got it for like $13. Like I think in 2022, I think I got it for like $13. So yeah, that was definitely not. I don't think that person. I feel like that person's probably kicking themselves for having spent that much money. And this is a continuation. This is the newest thing from Kyu Hayashida, who did Dorohedoro. And this is Didark. And I have a video about this that's done exceptionally well on the channel. That's got like 2,000 and something views, which is pretty wild for me because none of my videos ever break like 200 views. It's pretty rare that one of my videos breaks like 200 views. And then right next to that, we've got Mysterious Girlfriend X, volumes 1 through 6. As you can see on my bookmark right there, I'm in the middle of volume 1. I definitely want to keep continuing it. I picked up the whole thing because I kind of have this thing where like I don't like to get into a series and then it sells out or goes out of print or something and I can't continue it. Right next to that, we've got Hell's Paradise, which is a phenomenal series. It's really well written. And Yuji Kaku has created one of the most dark and incredible series that I've read yet. That story, I feel like it's only going to get better. I've read up to, I think, this volume here, up to volume 5. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen next and where these characters are going to go, because there is still like an insane amount of story left, and it's pretty wild considering how much has already happened in like the first like 5 volumes. So I'm curious as hell as to like where it's going to go from there. And then right next to that, we've got by Omega, by the man, the myth, the legend, Tsutomu Nihei, who is a super prolific creator, and he is known for Blam, which I actually do own. I own Blam, and I own by Omega by him. I don't own Knights of Sidonia or any of his other series. I do want to get Noise pretty soon. I may end up picking up the big boy master volumes. I may end up picking up like the big boy master volumes of Knights of Sidonia now that I have like a little bit more space, somewhere where I can put them. And then right next to that, we've got All You Need Is Kill, which inspired the film Edge of Tomorrow, which is a decent film. I think I own it on Blu-ray. I'm not really sure if I do or not. Right next to that, we've got Summertime Rendering. I have the whole set for Summertime Rendering, volumes 1 through 6. This is one of the hardest series to come by because it was sold completely out. It was really difficult to get these volumes. I actually got volume 3 at a Barnes & Noble in Orlando as a part of a work trip, and I actually did a video about my time in Orlando, going through and just like buying different manga. Like I had a bunch of different Barnes & Noble, and I did a video about it, which is up on the channel. And then right next to that, we've got the whole complete set of the first part of Steins Gate, but there's actually like a Steins Gate O or something like that, which is like a continuation of the story. But yeah, I mean, I saw the anime, so I don't know if I'm going to be jumping into the manga anytime soon, but I am grateful to have it in my collection, and I definitely am at some point in time. I don't know when I'm going to get on it. And then right here we have Shaman King. So I have like a little bit of a space, as you can tell right here, where I wanted to continue the Shaman King set. So I have the first like 5 volumes of it, and I like the spines for it for this newer edition of Shaman King. And so yeah, definitely want to try to continue it. And then right next to that, we've got not Hell's Paradise. I'm sorry, we have Smoking Parade, which is a super violent story. Now looking at it, I should have put it together with my I should have put it together with my Dead Man Wonderland set, because as you can see, you know, I have the whole set for Smoking Parade. I collected all of it just back to back. I wanted to have the whole set just because I didn't want to have that whole issue that I sometimes run into where like I'll get really into a series and then I won't be able to complete it. So I picked up all of that. I'm picking up all of Platinum End as well. Just so I don't run into that issue where like I end up like really super into a series and I can't, you know, complete it. And then we've got volume 1 of Japanese from Zero, and I started actually picked this up when I was in my early 20s, and I abandoned it because I suck at, you know, learning things. But I'm back into it. I'm using Duolingo to learn Japanese, and I've been using it for like over a month now, and it's definitely helping me out a lot. And I also use this app called Hello Talk, where like I use it to speak Nihongo to Japanese people, and it's been a lot of help. You know, it helps for different languages too. I think I got a friend who's learning Spanish, and he's using it to learn to speak to, you know, like Spanish speaking people or whatever. And yeah, I use it to try to better my Japanese, because I definitely do want to learn it. I want to go to Japan, hopefully sometime this year. Maybe if not this year, then possibly next year, depending on what I have going on. And then right now, right here, we've got all of Blam. These are the master volumes. These are big, gorgeous volumes. I have a book, as you can see, I have a bookmark right there in the first volume. I've not finished it, sadly, but I do want to read it. And yeah, these are big, big volumes. And the artwork contained within is absolutely immaculate. And I think it's Tsutomu Nihei's crowning achievement as one of the most beautifully drawn stories I think I've ever read. And then right next to that, I randomly have volumes 3 and 4 of the Attack on Titan Colossal editions. I was going to pick up the other ones, but I just don't really want to be honest. I've consumed the story so many times at this point that like I don't really see a need to keep paying for it. And so yeah, I have these, and then, you know, where this one ended up, where this big Colossal edition volume ended, I just started picking up the paperbacks, because that was at the time, that was the last one, and volume 21 of the paperbacks was the continuation, and it was continued up through 26, and then finally I just said, screw it, let's just start reading it digitally, and let's move on. And right here we've got volumes 9 through 11 of Kentaro Miura's Berserk. Right next to it we have Hellsing, volumes 1 through 3. I'm in the middle of volume 2 right now, and I started it forever ago, and like I never got around to finishing it, but I will finish it sooner or later, hopefully sooner than later. Then next to it we've got the first 2 volumes of 7 Billion Needles. This is a great series that I wish I had volumes 3 and 4 of, but I only have volumes 1 and 2, and they are difficult as hell to come by, but I'm grateful to even own those. Right next to that we've got Attack on Titan. It's 21 through 26. So there's a whole story about why I have this completely out of order. I started reading the manga on this scan site, and then I decided that I wanted to collect it. I ended up picking up the big Colossal volumes, and they only got so far. So I eventually ended up just picking these up, and I got up to like 26, and at the time 26 was the last available volume, so I ended up reading the rest of it. I ended up buying the volumes individually from Amazon, and I read each individual volume each individual issue from where 26 ended all the way to the end of the manga. And yeah, the manga is now over, and the show, I think it's like entering its final arc. Now we got Barefoot Gen, which is a gift from a friend of mine, one of my close friends, Justin Joseph, gave me this as a like, I don't know if I remember if it was like a Christmas present or what, or a couple of years ago. Right next to that, we've got Bakemonogatari. I've got volumes 1 through about 10 beneath me here. So right here we've got volume 8. As you can see right there, volume 8 through 10 of Bakemonogatari. Sadly, I have not continued the series. I've read the first volume and then I kind of abandoned it, but I do want to read the rest of it. I've just got so much stuff going on, and I usually read for videos and whatnot, so I never really continued it. And then right next to that, we've got Call of the Night. I've got volumes 1 through 9 of Call of the Night. I think volume 10 is out. I don't own it though. I may eventually get my hands up on it. Next up is Chain Soldier volumes 1 and 2. I did a video about Chain Soldier. I think I've talked about it in 2 separate videos. I'm not really sure. We got Colorless volumes 1 and 2. This is a really good series. I haven't started volume 2 yet, but I've really enjoyed volume 1. Really looking forward to starting volume 2, probably sometime this year. And then we've got Children of the Sea. No, Children of the Whales. I'm sorry, Children of the Sea is was it Daisuke Igarashi novel series or manga series. And this is a series by a different creator. This is Children of the Whales. For whatever reason, I keep calling it Children of the Sea. I don't know why. I always mix those names up. And then we have the whole collection of Dead Man Wonderland. I actually started collecting the series in 2022, and I was able to collect all of it the same year. And I feel really lucky because this is a series that I wanted to own for a really long time. And I finally was able to get my hands on all of it. I watched the anime an eternity ago, like years ago, like 10 years ago or something now. And I loved it, and I always wanted to pick up the manga, and I finally was able to get my hands on all of it. It took a few months to hunt it all down, but yeah, I have no regrets. Such a great series. Then right next to that, we've got Destiny Lovers volumes 1 through 5. Beneath that, we've got the rest of Destiny Lovers right here through 8. These are the only volumes that are available in English. There's more of the series, but it's not available in English. I don't know how far it goes. I think it's like another 8 volumes, but yeah, like I said, they are not available in English. Maybe one day they'll get published, but we will see. They got Elusive Samurai volumes 1 and 2, and then after that, we've got The Girl in the Arcade volumes 1 and 2. We've got Ghost Reaper Girl volumes 1 and 2. I think volume 3 is out now for Ghost Reaper Girl. We've got Gigant by Hiroya Oku. This is one of 2 series that I own by him. I don't own Inuyashiki, but I have these right here. This is a really good series. I have not, as you can see, read volume 8 yet, but I did read volumes 1 through 7. I'll probably be starting 8 soon. I think volume 10 just came out or is about to just come out. And then next to that, we've got Hitomi-chan is Shy with Strangers, and I've got volumes 1 through 5 of Hitomi-chan is Shy with Strangers. This is a really good series. I have not read volume 5 yet, but I'm really into it, and I did a video about this series a long time ago at this point. I think like a year ago now. And then right next to that, we've got Jagan, which is one of my prized collections. This is in Spanish, and this is one of the greatest manga series that I've ever read. I cannot wait to continue it. I think I got up to like volume 3, so I'll probably I'll start reading volume 3 at some point. But for the most part, yeah, this is a great series, and I'm going to end up eventually collecting all of it in Spanish. Like I said, I've got up to volume 11, and I think the final volume was volume 14, which is available in Japanese. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's completely available in Japanese. And then down here, we've got Kemono Jihen. I got the first 2 volumes of this series, and then I got the first 3 volumes of Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. And then after that, we've got the first 4 volumes of Gaiju number 8, which is a really good series. I highly recommend this. I want to do I did a video about it once a while ago, and I'd really like to do another one. We got Mashal. This is a great series that I've talked about endlessly. Every time I do a haul, I always get a volume of the series, and I'm always praising it. I think it's got an anime coming out. These 2 actually have animes coming out, and so does Kubo Won't Let Me Invisible. Won't Let Me Be Invisible. It has an anime coming out. Meruko-chan is a phenomenal series, and I'm going to be doing another video about it. I did a video about it like a year ago, I think, at this point. And I'm going to be doing another one, like why you should read about it, because I do think that it should be read. The anime did not do any justice to, like, whatsoever. So I'm going to be doing a video about it to kind of suggest people read the manga instead of watching the anime. We got My Dress Up Darling volumes 1 through 6. I'm not sure if volume 7's out yet or not. And then right next to that, we've got Rent a Girlfriend volumes 1 and 2. And then down here, we've got the rest of Rent a Girlfriend. We've got volumes 3 through 9. There's a bunch of volumes I think out right now that I don't own. I'm not sure up to where it's out. I think it's out up to like 11 or something, but I don't own any of those. Right next to it, we've got Sakamoto Days volumes 1 through 3. I think volume 4 is out. I'm not sure. And then after that, we've got Slasher Maidens, which is a really good series. I don't think this ever got an anime, but one of the creators from this did work with another creator to make Akame ga Kill. So this is the dude that drew Akame ga Kill, and this is his series following Akame ga Kill. And then after that, we've got Solo Leveling volumes 1 through 5. I don't know if volume 6 is out yet for Solo Leveling or not, but I have these and I've read the first 3. I've not started volume 4 yet, but I do want to start it probably soon. I started collecting Tomo-chan is a Girl. This is a really good series that is really cute. I've really enjoyed the hell out of it, and I'm going to try to collect the rest of it. It's only 8 volumes long, and some of the volumes are really expensive because they're out of stock or whatever. They're out of print, so they're difficult to come by, but I'm definitely going to try to get my hands on the rest of them just to complete that set. And then right next to it, we've got To Your Eternity volumes 1 through 8, and then I think 7 is the start of a second arc for the series, and then volumes 1 through 6 were the first part of the arc for To Your Eternity, which is a really good series, and I really highly recommend it. I actually did a why you should read about it because the artwork and the story and everything for it are incredible, and I think it should be consumed. So on to the next shelf. Alright, so this is not a manga. This is blankets. That was a gift from my friend Justin Joseph, and he says it's a really good series, so I'm gonna check it out. And he actually gifted me these right here. These all are a gift from him. This series right here that I don't know anything about is a gift from my friend Justin Joseph. And so it's right here, Toilet Bound, and then The Kingdom of Z, volumes 1 through 3. Akame ga Kill 0, PTSD Radio is a series that I'm reading right now for a Let's Talk About. I haven't read that much of it, sadly, because I've got like a bunch of stuff going on, but I'm going to try to knock it out really soon so that I can do my Let's Talk About it. And then we've got some Osamu Furuya right here. I've been reading this. This is Suicide Club, the Spanish version of Suicide Club. And then right next to that, we've got volume 1 of the Apothecary Diaries. I might pick up more of it depending on how I feel about this first volume, but I didn't want to go crazy and buy the rest of it and end up not liking it. And Momo the Blood Taker, I read volume 1, and I'm going to read volume 2. I'm going to see how I feel about it because I like the artwork a lot, and I like these covers. I think these covers are pretty wild. I don't want to show you the back because spoilers, but yeah, I think these covers are cool. And then down here, we've got some, I guess, like rom-com type of manga. We've got the maid I hired recently is Mysterious, which is like a really cute kind of manga. And I like that her eyes are always like purple. As you can see, like her eyes are like always purple. So I thought that was kind of cute. We have a bunch of Komi Can't Communicate. And then I randomly have 19 because it looked like it was going to go out of stock. And I picked it up like kind of like a panic purchase. Because it was like, there's only one copy left, and I was like, damn, dude, if this sells out, then it's going to be a nightmare if I try to collect the rest of it. And I haven't picked up more of it because I have so much of it already that I want to get through this before I start buying more of it. I don't really need to keep just filling up my shelves with manga that I don't know when I'm going to get around to. And then right now we've got the first volume of Kowloon Generic Romance. I've got volume 2 on the way. Hopefully it'll get here sometime this month. And then we've got Witches, the complete set by Daisuke Igarashi. And then right next to that, we've got The Music of Marie by Osamu Furuya. I did videos about both of these. I actually did why you should reads about both of these, and they are both incredible series that should be consumed. especially witches. I think witches should be consumed. It is a masterpiece. And same with the music of Marie. Music of Marie is definitely also a masterpiece. All right, this is the end of my tour with these last volumes here. This is Akira Toriyama's Manga Theater, and this was also a gift from my friend Justin Joseph. This is a Christmas gift. I gave him a bunch of stuff as well, just so you guys don't think that like I'm just like accepting gifts and not, you know, in the sense repaying it. But this is a really sweet gift from him, man, because like I grew up with Dragon Ball Z as a dude who grew up in the 90s. I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, so I'm really excited to have that and to check it out. And then we've got Orochi by Umez, who is a pioneer in the horror genre and one of the people that inspired Junji Ito. And then right next to that we got Miyazaki's. I got Hayao Miyazaki's Shuna's Journey. I'm gonna read this. I'm probably not gonna do a video about it because I feel like if anything's gonna get me in trouble, that's gonna be this. So I'm just gonna read it and maybe I'll talk about it and say I enjoyed it or something, but I'm not gonna do a video about it. And then right next to that we have Seventh Garden, which I did do a video about. I did a video about the series. I forgot. I think I did a should you read, not a why you should read. And then right next to that we have Magus of the Library, which I have not yet started, but I do look forward to starting at some point, hopefully in the near future. So I apologize to anyone that maybe wanted to, you know, see more, but I really only have so much time. I'm kind of like pressed for time. I just really wanted to knock this video out really quick and just show you guys, you know, like what I've got going on. And once like I get situated in another place with like more space and, you know, I can kind of move around a little bit easier, I'll do more, you know, I'll do a better video, you know, and actually show you more of the stuff. But right now, yeah, I'm kind of pressed for time. So I tried to knock this out as quickly as I possibly could. But I do hope that you have enjoyed, you know, checking out my collection. I hope that you like the stuff that I own. If I don't own something that you like and you're like, hey, you should check this out, please let me know what that thing is. And I will definitely add it to my wish list, you know, stuff that I want to eventually, you know, check out or whatever. And I have so much stuff that I want to do in 2023. And this is just, you know, the beginning. And this is just the beginning, you know, of that journey. So I hope you'll stick around with me. And I hope that you have enjoyed our time together. I wanted to keep this video short too, because if it got too long, I felt like people wouldn't watch it. So I didn't want to go too crazy showing you like every single thing, you know, like covers for every single thing. But yeah, I hope that you have enjoyed this video and I will catch you all the next time around. So please take care of yourselves.
By the hands of God, I stand as a wrench between your wheeling cog. Fastening my belt, bracing myself to withstand against all odds. Himself shadow runners, battle ready, murder dogs. Rip the skin off your horses, triumph to smash the sorceress. Lethal forces, the failure of your ambitions is more painful than divorces. Smash your dome piece on the doorway, when the door hits, that's it. Call it quits, zipped up in plastic, cremated, melted like elastic. Dreams don't mean shit, in this life they don't exist.